Hey everyone, today we're out in the shop. It's Saturday. I can't really call it night, it's only like 4 or 5 o'clock, but the sun goes down so early these days. But we're out here, had a pretty busy day for the few daylight hours ahead. Went and looked at a new home. Yep, I have the opportunity to obtain another home. So you guys will have to stay tuned. And you have to check this place out. Might be a couple weeks getting things worked out, and you know how it is getting a home. So, but anyways, we're out in the shop today. Since the sun goes down and don't really have a whole lot to do, so down here is parts for the Fairlane that we're going to mess with. So let me grab the camera and show you. Alright, hopefully the lighting isn't too dark for this camera. This is the stock suspension off of the 67 Fairlane. All its glory of drum brakes and both sides, got the sway bar still connected, everything. I just pulled everything out in one chunk. So tonight I'm going to work on separating all this because I need a few of the parts. If you watched any of my previous videos, you know that I have pretty much every single new suspension and brake piece for this car. Including converting over to disc brakes, but I think I need the spindles, so I got to get those out of there. I need the strut rods. I think I need the sway bar. I think that's it. There's a metal brake line over there I want to hang on to, but yeah, everything else I have brand new, including control arms and the shocks and the shock mounts, spring mounts, everything. So, we swing over here. Everybody that subscribes probably knows this car. Here's the Fairlane. She's still sitting as she has since I painted it over 2 years ago. Just the engine compartment. But I think the last video I put up, I was cleaning out the underside of the frame. Still haven't painted it. I came out here to finish grinding it and realized there's really not a whole lot more I need to do. I'm pretty much ready to paint. But being in the middle of winter, it's just too cold to paint. You know, you need 60 plus degrees or whatever for paint to adhere nicely and whatnot. So that's pretty much going to have to sit until spring, summertime when I can get under there, degrease it, clean it, dry it, and then apply some sort of Pour 15 product. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. So that's the update on that. So follow along with me as I strip down the suspension. Alright, and through the magic of YouTube, it's almost all apart. So separated everything, no big deal. It all came apart surprisingly easy. Maybe took 15-20 minutes. I've got to disassemble these drums still. Got this one on the bench, just going to start it. A little help from the brown bottle persuasion there, so this might take all night. Alright, just show you what I'm left with here. Obviously I haven't done anything left since the last clip, which was 5 seconds ago. These don't have a dust cap on them, so the bearings are probably rusty. Hopefully there's enough grease in there to protect them somewhat. I know the drums have been full of water because this thing sat outside. Look at that. I got them FOMO Co. drums. Probably originals. But, yeah, I gotta obviously pull off the nut, pull out the bearings. Hopefully the drum's not seized on everything. It doesn't seem to be rotating at all, so might need to get out the big hammers. Alright, so I figured I'll take you along for disassembling these bearings, because I'm curious how everything looks inside, so you can experience it with me. So I already took the cotter pin off, knocked off the extra mud that was packed in there. I think this is the cover for the nut that is rusted itself to the nut, so it's all coming off in one piece. But that's okay. Done quite a few bearings in my time. So it's nothing too foreign. Yep. As you can see there, the Probably got poor lighting, but yeah, the cover is just rusted to the nut. The cover is for cotter pin goes through there and keeps the nut from backing out. I believe I have all new pieces of those in the disc brake kit, so I don't have to worry about saving that stuff. Yeah. There's the washer. It's a little spline deal. It's not too rusty. It's kind of deformed, like it's been hammered on pretty good. Probably original. Bearings. Alright, bearings coming out. Definitely got some water in there, but they got a good coating of oil on them too, so hopefully the spindle's not too rusty, because I actually need that part. Right on. Now the part that's going to probably get me is this drum is probably rusted to the shoes and all that good stuff, so let's see if it'll break free. No, it's jiggling. She's in there though. Just gotta make sure. Yeah, that'd be separate from that. So, yeah, I'm gonna try and find an inspection cover on this. See if I can back them brakes off. Yeah, there it is. See if I can back the shoes off a little bit right through there. You can see the star adjuster in there. It's just a matter of which way. Looks like it goes that way. Oh yeah, she's solid. Solid. Yeah. Probably not going to get anything out of that. See if I can. There it goes. It's moving. I think that's the right way. Okay. Yep, she's moving. Should pull the shoes in. So if there's any lip on the drums, it'll clear. Yep. It's definitely getting looser. There we go. Yeah. There you go. Now it's starting to separate. See that? She's rusty, that's for sure. That's as far as that's going to go that way. So I got to get it the rest of the way off here. Grab a bigger screwdriver or a pry bar. There we go. I'm really not drunk. I've only had, that much. Right about there. It's good beer. This is a Elysian Fix chocolate coffee imperial stout. Very smooth and chocolatey, and not quite as smooth as some stouts, but it's pretty good. I like it. The roommate bought me one before he left for a trip and told me I had to try it, so I'm impressed. It's good. Gotta work this drum off. Yeah. Coming. She's trying. Doesn't look too bad in there. There you go. Just her. There we go. Oh. Yeah. Alright, ready? Nice. That looks doable. Man, tell you the truth, those brakes were new. That's a shame. That's one thing when I bought this car. I bought this car as a project. Had no engine in it. Some ghetto wheels, interior stripped. But the brake pedal, before I took it all apart, it stayed solid for years. Because I kept the car for a few years before I even took it apart. And the brake pedal was always solid every time I'd move the car, so these brakes have definitely been gone through. These shoes look almost brand new. All the springs look new. This wheel cylinder even looks new. It's got some fresh rust on it, but I don't think these brakes were ever actually ran. Man, that's a shame. It's okay. It's cool though. Poor baby. Those drums feel pretty good for as rusty as they are. Car would have been good just to drive the way it was. Alright. I'm just going to pull the backing plates off these and probably not even going to disassemble the brakes, just leave them attached to the backing plate because it's all just going to get tossed anyways. Unless somebody out there in YouTube land needs them. A lot of parts that can probably be cleaned up and used in there. Springs and actually I'll probably hang on to a lot of that stuff just for spares for other projects and stuff. Those wheel cylinders, man, those even look new. Might look rusty in there, but I can tell it's fresh rust, so there's no buildup of any kind of dust or anything. Bearings are probably new too. Anyways, I'm gonna take apart the other side. Gotta hate YouTube copyright laws. Turn off your music. That's some good Kenny Chesney going on there. Anyways, this is the other side. It's a little more rustier than the other side. But yeah, it was a fresh side too. Poor brakes, poor Fairlane. But yeah, this side's not such a loss. It's a little dirtier. Probably had more water in this side. But anyway, my spindle looks good also. This side had the dust cap on it, so it was even preserved a little better. No moisture got in the bearings. So I believe between those and this pile of stuff, I think that's it. I'm done tearing down for now. Yeah, I gotta figure out what I need, which would be the spindle and stuff, and I gotta clean all them up and probably paint them, make them all pretty before I stab it together with the rest of the new suspension. But yeah, looking good.